It's so important when you are trying to solve a problem, especially when it comes to having a new role, maybe a new team as a leader, to work with your strengths. People that are new to leadership often find that they become overwhelmed with feelings of, what do I do? How do I handle this situation? What are the steps that I need to take, etc., etc. And oftentimes this happens to people who have been thrust into a leadership position with no prior training or formal education on leadership. And what I always say to these people is, what are you good at? What's your background? What do you do for a hobby? What are your strengths in life? And then analyze that and say, well, how can you apply that to this new role? One client that I had was having this situation, and she expressed these fears to me. She said, I just don't know how to handle this team of people. And earlier she'd been telling me about her family. She had 3 teenagers. A very brave woman to be dealing with 3 teenagers. But I said, imagine that your team were your teenage kids. When they misbehave, how do you treat it? When they have a win, how do you respond? When you need them to do something that they're not doing, what do you do? And at first she thought, I can't possibly treat them like children. And I said, well, essentially as a leader, you are in that position of authority that's not that much different to a parental role. You're in charge of their well-being, psychological well-being and success. And so we did that role play. We found out what she would do, and the answers started coming out. And this works for any number of things. I was working with another client, and he was trying to establish. He was very good at sales, just absolute genius at sales. Could sell air conditioner to an Eskimo, but couldn't describe what it was that made people buy. He was just natural. And sometimes you need to actually break that down to your superior, what you're actually doing. Now, this person had a long and prosperous career in the gambling industry, from all the way from being, working front lines in a casino all the way up through to executive positions. And so I got him to link what he saw people go through in gambling, the actual punters at the tables, what they went through with gambling, and relate it to the stages of finding a product, being attracted to the product, wanting to actually have the product, and then getting it and enjoying it, breaking it down to those steps and linking it back to the same processes that he was so familiar with gambling. And it ended up speaking his language, and he put it into a frame of mind that allowed him to see it for what it was. And everything that you're good at or have a passion about, you can link to anything else. You just find what you know and work with what you know. And that's how you get successful. Passion is the universal language of the world, of any career. So find what you know, find what you love, and apply it to what you're doing. And you'd be surprised the results that you can get out of it.